In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the strut mount on your Toyota Tundra. Remove the center cap using a flathead screwdriver or a plastic trim tool. Using a 21mm socket, remove the 6 lug nuts. Remove the wheel. Remove the 3 14mm nuts using a socket or a wrench. Using a 19mm wrench, we're going to hold the head of the bolt while we take a 19mm socket and remove the nut for the strut. I threaded the nut back onto the stud. We're going to hit this with a hammer. While trying to remove our bolt, we heated it up, sprayed it with penetrant. It still wouldn't come out. We used an air hammer, tried to push it out. Still wasn't working. Tried to spin the bolt, ended up spinning the whole bushing. So now we're going to have to cut both sides of the bolt in between the 2 brackets, and then we'll remove the strut and replace the bolt. If this happens to you, you're either going to have to replace the bushing inside of the strut or the whole strut. Using a pry bar, we're going to pry on the bottom of this strut, get it out of the bracket, and then we're going to pull it out of position. Now remove the strut assembly. With our strut assembly set up in the spring compressor, we're going to compress the spring and then remove the top nut for the strut. Using a 17mm socket, we're going to remove the nut on the top of the strut. Remove the top hat. Remove the strut. Install your strut mount. Make sure to reuse your bushings if you didn't get new ones. There's one bushing on top and one that goes below. Install the shock into the spring. Install the new bushing, a washer, and then start the nut. Using a pair of channel grips, we're going to torque the top nut to 18 foot-pounds. If you can't get a torque wrench in here, do the best you can. Release the pressure, then we're ready to install the assembly. Install the strut assembly into the truck. I'm going to start the nuts on top to hold it there. Using a 14mm, snug down the nuts. We're going to pry down on the control arm and push our shock into place. Going to use a screwdriver to help line it up. Get your bolt started. And once it's started, then we can start tapping it with a hammer. With the bolt lined up through both holes, drive it all the way through. Install the nut onto the bolt, and then using a 19mm socket and a 19mm wrench, we're going to hold the head and snug the bolt down. Tighten down the bolt. Torque the bottom strut bolt to 100 foot-pounds. Torque the 3 top nuts to 47 foot-pounds. I can't get a torque wrench on the back one, so I'm going to use a wrench and do the best I can. Install the wheel. Put on your 6 lug nuts. Snug them down in a star pattern. Torque your wheel in a star pattern to 83 foot-pounds. Install the center cap and snap it into place. Once you're done with this job, take your car to a local shop and have them do an alignment.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.